want to go swimming?
I don't like swimming as much as you do, Nick, but that's okay.
It's not okay.
Today's question comes from our friend Jessica.
Jessica.
She's 23, and she says, "Hi guys, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years.
Okay.
Our relationship has only one hiccup. Justin is very rarely interested in having sex with me. We have sex once or twice a week, but it's primarily because I initiate and he goes along with it. I try to initiate almost every other day, and most times hear, no thank you, I'm really tired, and the occasional, Jess, let's not ruin a good thing arguing. I consider myself a pretty confident person, but hearing these things as often as I do has left me sad, frustrated, and self-conscious. I can admit I think I have a fairly high sex drive, but I also feel Justin is unusually low. He has assured me he's very attracted to me, and I still feel very loved, just not wanted. Do you guys have any tips for talking about such a sensitive subject so it doesn't turn into a fight?"
You've got to just talk about it, Jess. It's one of those things where this is a major thing in your relationship, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you want it more than he does, you owe it to yourself to at least try to figure out how to get it. Now, what's funny is when she first started this out, I was like, "Is she dating my wife?"
No, that's one of those things where I've been in a couple relationships, and most of the time I've been lucky enough that we have matched in terms of sex drive. Like my current relationship, it's totally an equal match, and I love that. It's like, wow, we've really hit this equilibrium where I'm happy. But one of my previous relationships, she wanted it way more than I did, and I remember feeling like super like, oh shit, like I feel like I'm doing, it's overwhelming, and I have to do things I don't want to do. And then another relationship I had, I wanted it way more than she wanted it.
I've never been in a relationship where it's been one-to-one, where we've wanted it exactly the same. Obviously, I always want it more. What's up? But what I've recently realized is it's not necessarily about the volume for me. It's more about like when we do connect on that level, making it the best possible experience, right?
Yeah.
And just knowing that no matter what, if you're dating another human being, you're going to be fundamentally different on some level. You might not align in that regard. So you do just need to talk about it, and you have to keep talking about it. And guys, especially guys that are 23, we're like walls, right? Where we just don't want to deal with real life yet. And to be perfectly honest, we never really do. So as a woman, part of what you sort of have to do in the relationship, unfortunately, is make us grow up a little bit and deal with these real mature issues, and this is a real issue.
I think it does get a little complicated though, because a big thing that she said is he's just not that into sex. Like, and he says sex isn't that important to him or whatever.
Right.
And that's very valid, and that's something that he's allowed to be that way.
Yeah, of course.
And it is the compromise, and it is the thing of, you guys want something different, and what sucks is the fact that it's affecting her in that way, where she's feeling not wanted, and that's hard because he needs to make her feel wanted, because that's what a relationship is, but maybe it's not necessarily through sex.
Sure.
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, is this, it's funny that this is sort of opposite, right, of traditional sort of, those traditional gender roles of the guy always wants it and the woman needs to feel secure in the relationship for her to want to progress sexually, right?
Yeah.
It may never line up, and that's the other problem, that not a problem necessarily, but you might need to rectify that in your brain. Are you okay being with someone who's not giving you what you need in that regard?
Because if it's something you need, then that might not be the best situation to be in. If it's something you want, maybe the compromise doesn't need to come from him giving you more. It couldn't come from you just understanding that's just what it is,
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, if you feel like your needs aren't getting met in that department, and this is something that I really, I've struggled with in the past, and it's something that I think that a lot of people really need to hear, is that sex is important. It is an important part of a relationship, and if both partners aren't happy in that regard, you have to find a way to be happy.
Yeah.
Everyone always thinks, okay, there's so many more important things than sex, but the physicality of a relationship, the physical connection that you feel with that is very important, because there's so much that goes into building that, right? It's not just about, hey, this person's cute, let's get together. When you're in a committed relationship, there's so much more emotion and so much more respect and trust and love that has to go into that, that has to kind of come to fruition in that physical moment.
I think that's a really good way to put it. It's like sex, no one can say that it's not important. It's just, I think the argument's made sometimes that it's the only thing that's important.
No, it's definitely not the only thing.
And that's not what it is. It really is, sex is an aspect of the relationship.
That was the only thing no one would ever get married. Ever. You get married, you'd be married for like a week and be like, I'm sorry, I have a thing, sorry, bye.
Yeah, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Love and Sex Stuff. Hopefully, Jessica, that helps you a little bit. You should come back every Monday, 9 a.m. for all of your love and sex advice needs right here on youtube.com/kindafunny. But if you want a t-shirt, you should go to kindafunny.com/store, buy the Love and Sex Stuff shirt. And if you want to be featured on the show, go to kindafunny.com/loveandsex, fill out that form. We'll get back to you after I find Nick, who's running away from his marriage apparently. In a metaphorical way, of course.